was that?
It was a pigman.
After an encounter like this, a staid Vermont farmer might be hesitant to talk about the intruder. Who would believe him? Only Pigman wouldn't stay in the shadows for long.
Oh, God, Pigman.
Pigman.
So Pigman got away. He took a shot at it, but play the next soundboard clip because this is kind of what I would sound like, the wife at least.
What was that?
It was a pigman.
What?
What?
I love that they said he was hesitant.
What was that?
He was hesitant to say what he saw. He didn't hesitate at all. She was
No,
like, what
not
was
at
that?
all.
He said, it was a fucking pigman.
Duh.
And how casually he knew immediately what to call it. Like, he's seen this thing before.
Yeah, she didn't even finish. Whoa, it's
Yeah, like,
Pigman.
it was a dog.
Pigman,
Like,
go
it was a
inside.
dog. It was a
It's a
pigman.
pigman in the backyard again.
Shit, again.
Yeah.
We gotta
Well,
get
there's
those
mo-
pigman traps up.
There are problems with this, and I have an idea at the end for getting rid of the Pigman, but there are more tales of the Pigman in this one. This one is real horror show.
Oh, shit.
In the fall of 1971, local teens were at the Northfield High School dance.
Come on, I got a surprise for you guys.
I hope you brought vodka.
Yeah, where's the booze you promised? Of course I did. I got it. I'm in control.
A few of the rowdier kids went behind the school, up to no good, with a belly full of courage.
All right. Can't believe how lame that dance was.
They, went out there to, like, drink beer, smoke cigarettes, stuff like that. And as they were out there, they heard weird noises coming from sort of, like, beyond the sandpit where the woods crept up. And one of them had a flashlight.
What's that?
He shined it over, and they did not expect what they saw.
Probably just someone that's
They saw this creature, and it was kneeling down, eating roadkill, just like eating it raw, like ripping his teeth into it, ripping off the fur.
Oh, God.
Jesus.
Holy
That-
You eat roadkill?
That's the first thing I thought of, too. And these kids are pretty cool, though. Sneaking out,
Yeah, they're
booze,
cool.
cigarettes.
Yeah, anyway.
You do?
And I'll be honest, play the next soundboard clip. I'm not sure what it is. I have it labeled as Booze Kids, but I don't remember it.
Come on, I got a surprise for you guys.
I hope you brought vodka.
Yeah, where's the booze you promised? Of course I did. I got it. I'm in control.
Of course I did. I got it.
Why I was in the mood for that.
Kid was like way too casual about it, where it's like,
Of course I
he would have been like,
did.
hey man, I got this booze. Like, of course I did. I got it. It's like, dang, he's so cool.
Hey, what you got
I'm gonna hang out with those
Sixer. Yeah, he's like
They're-
that kid in Dazed and Confused.
They're going to go hang out behind the school and drink? Like, just go somewhere else. Leave the school. You don't have to hang out at the school just because there's a
Well,
band.
it got dropped off.
I mean, yeah, it's school dance, and so you're already there. Are you gonna leave and then come back? Actually, yeah, that
you're
going to
go
a good
smoke
idea.
cigarettes and drink vodka behind your school? Who are these kids?
Yeah,
You go back
going to
into
the
the
bleachers.
dance,
It's fun.
and then you go
know what?
dance.
It's fun because you want to do it on the property grounds. Like you want to disrespect your school and be
You're
like,
right.
"Fuck you! I'm smoking and drinking on you."
I wasn't
So.
thinking about that factor, but yeah,
Nah.
you're right, actually.
And if you think about it, is every dead animal just roadkill? I don't think they're by a road. Why do they describe it as roadkill?
Oh,
They
I
could have
mean,
killed that animal.
It takes
Maybe it was
roads to get to the school. I'm sure there was a road
It was a big
nearby.
cartoony tire track over the raccoon's back or something.
I like how they mentioned that it was raw roadkill as opposed to cooked roadkill.
Yeah,
which
exactly.
he was just eating it raw.
Pigman's
I mean,
keeping it real.
there's cookbooks out there for roadkill, and somebody on
Pigman,
Reddit or
he-
something was talking about cooking squirrels that they found on the road, and it could
Do
be
you eat
cooked.
roadkill?
Yeah, anyway.
You do?
Yeah, Pigman.
Yeah,
Yeah. Anyway.
duh.
But
You-
we get a
what
little
you-
bit
what you
more.
don't?
We get some more now of the time that Pigman crashed the big dance.
This giant, naked, scary thing. Squealing, but more like screaming, like a pig going to the slaughter.
The kids
What the
went back and they were crying.
What was that?
So you knew something was wrong when a whole bunch of 15 and 16-year-old boys were openly crying in front of their high school peers, because that really just doesn't happen.
There's a pig, right? There's a pig?
After the encounter at the high school dance, residents organized a team to search some caves in the Devil's Washbowl area.
Oh, man.
So they went up into one of these caves, and what they found was astounding. Inside the cave, they found a bed of matted hay.
God, what is that smell? That is wicked bad.
and they found a pile of his dead animals. Most of them were bones, though.
Is that a cat? God, guys, look.
This may have been evidence of the creature, but the search party didn't turn up the Pigman himself.
They found his lair. They found a Pigman lair. And this is
Yeah,
supposed to be
I think he ate
wicked
my cat.
gross.
Yes, and this is 1971. Play the next soundboard clip. I don't think this was that common then.
God, what is that smell? That is wicked bad.
Wicked bad.
That is wicked bad.
These guys are really good actors.
Well, this
gotta
is-
hand it to them.
This is New England, right? This is Vermont still, so...
Yep.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
he,
this
he
is-
threw a wicked in. Maybe this guy's from Boston.
Oh, yeah, that's it. It is the Boston connection. Of course,
Yeah,
makes perfect
yeah, he's
sense.
from Boston.
Yeah.
Yes, of course. I mean, you
Man,
can always
wicked
move there.
roadkill.
He's got that wicked roadkill. I
Oh.
do a
What do you think
terrible
about that?
Boston accent.
So Pigman's got him a lair with a bunch of hay and all these animals, dead animals. What do y'all think?
I mean, it makes sense, sure. I don't understand why he would be living so close to like civilization if he knows that
He's not. They're in the Devil's Bath Bowl.
Well, I don't know what the
Wash Bowl.
Devil's Wash Bowl is, Russ. Like, I don't know.
They tried
I
to
can't-
tell us
give
there's a
me
road.
map.
There's a road and a
there's
bunch of stuff
roadkill,
around it.
and there's a
then
school.
there's
Look, if high school kids were
Pigman Point.
okay, yeah, that would make sense. Well, then they would have seen a lot more of him. Look, I have no grasp on like the geographical details here, but the fact that they found his lair is enough to. I don't know. I think that they would have seen more of him. That's kind of weird that they hadn't seen him until this point.
Yeah, he's crafty and he's just surviving off a roadkill
He's
and stuff. But
crafty.
we get to hear more, and we get to hear a great Pigman description from the narrator.
Still, residents of Northfield swear he's there. Pigman, head of a hog, claws for hands, human feet. Where the man ends and the pig begins is anybody's guess.
Oh no, that
Well,
obviously is going to make me think really gross thoughts.
Why
but-
did they phrase it like that? What,
Right?
what the hell was that?
exactly?
It is so
That's-
strange.
What program is this again?
This is Monsters and Mysteries from the
This is
Travel
M&M.
Channel.
I'm going to write them
M&M.
a
We don't-
letter. I know that they're.
We do not know where the
broadcasting anymore.
hog begins and the man ends. And I
I
can
think
say
we
this
do.
God.
I think we all know. I think we all
I'm pretty
know.
sure we know where. Yeah, Jesus Christ, it's the butthole. Just kidding. God,
What is
this
his
is
hog?
really
What about
gross.
his
Like,
hog?
yeah, that's. I mean,
yeah,
that's
about that hole.
yeah,
talking-
about that hog.
We talking curly Q or where does the
Ew.
man end and the pig begin with this guy? We don't know.
Oh yeah, I'm glad we don't know, and I don't want to know. And I'm really, Russ, I'm really upset that this is the topic of the episode today. This might be the episode I hate the most.
Pigman.
It's
No.
disgusting. Yeah,
It gets worse. This Pigman,
Oh,
though,
cool,
in the
good.
recreation, if you watch it, it kind of looks like Sloth from Goonies with like floppy ears. And
shit.
in some of the later stuff, he's wearing overalls a lot of the time. Overalls,
Oh, sexy.
Like Huckleberry.
right? A lot like Huckleberry. But we get
favorite.
presented with some more theories and history of this peculiar Pawkins.
Stories of monstrous pigs go back as far as Holland in the 15th century, often tied to witchcraft and physical deformity. Over the years, various theories have circulated about the origins of Northfield's Pigman.
One weird theory about Pigman was this kid had a physical deformity, and shunned by society, misunderstood, he took up residence in the Devil's Wash Bowl.
It could have been a person who was living kind of in a feral way.
It might have been sort of like this mutated human, damned at birth.
The encounters have been reported time and again.
It was in the 80s. Devil's Wash Bowl became sort of this place where curious teenagers would go up to sort of get a scare and to look for the infamous Pigman. But it also became sort of another sort of destination, like a lover's lane.
And
no.
people always want to go get busy where these monsters live. That is not very safe, if you ask me.
Well, I mean, yeah, that makes sense because you want a secretive location, and so do the monsters. They like to be kind of like a secret.
They do. But even if you know these things, and they don't know anything about that legend that I read earlier. They're like, I don't know.
They like to be kind of like a secret.
Oh, there we are.
We're like, we think it might be a deformed kid. It's not that earlier story we heard, but I don't know.
You know, that's still horrifying, though. If I think
half
of it as
human,
just
half like fucking ugly motherfuckers. It's like
exactly. Thank you so
Baron
much,
Davis.
Yeah. No, that's almost. I think it's almost more scary if it's just a deformed person. Because, like, I've heard about feral kids growing up, like either raised by wolves or just in the wilderness and whatever. But if they're so deformed that they look like pigs and that they make that sound, like, that's horrifying. I would rather it be part pig. That would make more sense.
I agree. It's scary to think that, like, a person can, can
like
be
pig
like a
scream,
wild animal like that, like live
scream.
feral. Yeah.
Yeah, and just fuck pigs all over the place. Like, Jesus Christ.
If you know all this, I gotta ask, who would be foolish enough to go in these pigmen-infested lovers' lanes in the dead of night? Let's hear.
This one incident happened to this one couple that went up there. They were up there at night, and they were making out in the car.
the young fellas used to take their girls up there and tell them about the Pigman, and they could get their girlfriends to cuddle up a little closer.
They probably thought they were alone at last. They were wrong.
I go to the bathroom.
That's so romantic.
When nature calls,
What?
took on a whole new meaning.
What did she say?
She said that's so romantic because he was like,
Oh,
he's not in the middle
I
of
just
making
heard,
out.
like,
the
the-
dude, he was like, I gotta go to the bathroom. Like
He's
he just
not gonna. He doesn't PR or anything. That's not what she meant. She meant it actually ruined his mood. But okay, I gotta play this part back for you guys, and we're gonna talk about it. Play the next soundboard clip, please.
The young fellas used to take their girls up there and tell them about the Pigman, and they could get their girlfriends to cuddle up a little closer.
Yeah,
Now,
I mean,
the guy,
smooth. What a
okay,
smart
he's
guy.
smooth. He's great. The guy who says that, though, this is his entire appearance in this show. His name, that's all he did. He said that one line. His
what
name,
a creep.
his name is Dick Severly, and he's
Oh,
inexplicably, he is inexplicably left out of the rest of this episode. It's still cool
Well,
to
he
be
got
on
severed.
an episode of this, but we salute you for telling us about cuddling with Pigman. Let's hear it again.
The young fellas used to take their girls up there and tell them about the Pigman, and they could get their girlfriends to cuddle up a little closer.
Yeah, trust me on this. He sounds like that's some David Huggins level advice with like,
Imagine
next time
where
you're with
his-
your girlfriend.
exactly.
I was about to say, imagine where his story was going, that was the only usable sound clip they could have. Because he was all set up, he was there, he had a backdrop, and just for that one line. So,
Can I
what
please
is-
just like highlight his freaking name again?
Dick Severly.
Severly?
Dick
Jesus
Severly.
Christ, that's an unfortunate
Severy.
name.
Severy.
Still.
Severy.
Oh, great. So it's like super severing. Yeah, that's
Severy.
You don't want
Yeah.
this imagery when you see what he looks like either. Back to the kids now. Nature, of course, was calling in many ways. Do you guys think this couple survives?
Oh, that's a good question. No.
All right,
I mean,
let's
yeah,
find
yeah,
out.
of
What
course
do
they
you
did.
think, Rob?
Do they survive? Pigman's
Yeah.
going to start killing people now?
They
Shit.
had to know like how we know the story.
This
Killed
dude's
the
gotta
first
take a
guy
piss.
already. He fed him to the pig.
Oh, yeah, right. You know, I think he's going to kill the guy, and the girl's going to survive. She's in the car, so she's safe.
Oh, there you go.
All right,
Okay.
let's find out.
She was freaking out at this point, and she started screaming.
The couple's screams drove the creature away.
Oh my god, what was that thing? I don't know. That was not a normal person.
The young man survived the attack,
Your shirt.
and his injuries would reveal an important clue about the Pigman.
Oh my god.
He said that instead of hands, he had like a set of two giant jutting claws that were like in the area where his hands should have been, which was an interesting detail. And he had the proof on his stomach.
So Pigman's got these claws. And okay, he says he's got the evidence on his stomach. We could make something dirty out of that. It's not this kind of show.
Oh yeah. Oh right. We're not. We're absolutely not. This is you can bring the kids back in now.
It's like, I didn't do it. Pigman did it. Pigman did that.
I don't know, the pig man. The claws though, like what the fuck kind of claws does a
Yeah,
pig have?
I don't know why he's getting that from human or pig. This is like a more going on than that. But there's more to Pigman. But this show does take a moment to reflect on the nature of the Pigman.
half human, half hog, 100% hideous.